We've had forensic evidence that has been of use 20 years on. So, I mean, it's a case of corruption more than it is a case of passage of time. And if the various sites, the various pieces of evidence have been played with, touched, tampered with, in any way corrupted, then obviously that creates big problems. Unfortunately, it's often the case that inadvertently, perhaps people finding potential evidence or coming across potential evidence will actually corrupt it themselves. But if that hasn't occurred, then often passage of time is of little significance, providing the evidence itself hasn't corroded. Many incidents, you can read a crime scene from blood splatter, from the layers of blood, what happened in between, how hard any degree of force was, the direction of that blood can implicate where someone was in a room, and what happened in that room to some degree, you know, by the direction and the flow of actual small blood stains, in fact. In a holiday apartment, all sorts could be left. Hairs, traces of clothing perhaps, depending on how things happened. You know, the odd item may have been left behind. If someone enters a room with something like a drink or what have you, and then tries to pick a child up, they abandon other things and may be struggling with the child. The child itself may, you know, produce bodily fluids more than an average adult, perhaps in vomit or something like that. So, you know, you have to sort of look at everything. You look at what you've got and try and make sense of any little facet that you have managed to identify, and put that into a kind of some kind of a plan of what has happened and who perhaps has been there. So everything from fingerprints to, you know, cuts to little specks of blood, etc., must be eliminated. But first, of course, they have to be found.